that is where this motivation of us, that is where the motivation of this project got us.
Thank you so much for that introduction. And it looks like we also have Dr. Madhu joining us here. He's another one of our judges. He is the chairman and CEO of Multimix Group based in Nigeria. And we also have Fatima Ait Bindawad here with us as well. And she's the head of Global Humanitarian Logistics Competence Center for DHL. And she is based in the United Arab Emirates. Thank you guys so much again for joining us. And I believe we can get started with the presentation. Team enablers, just let me know whenever you're ready and I will begin the 10-minute clock. And once again, I will give you a 2-minute time warning in the chat for you. So let me know whenever you're ready.
Can we start now? We are ready.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, esteemed judges. We welcome you to our presentation on Education Without Limits. Our topic is enABLERS, a VR solution for the physically disabled. This topic is to shed light on the pressing issues that affects millions of physically disabled individuals in India and discuss a solution that can make a significant difference in their lives. Shockingly, approximately 45% of the physically disabled population in India is illiterate. This stark disparity is further emphasized by the fact that only 9% of the literate population among them attains a graduate or a higher education level degree. Physically disabled individuals face barriers when it comes to accessing educational institutions, which often lack the necessary infrastructure and resources to accommodate their unique needs. It's worth noting that a significant population of physically disabled individuals are in the age group of 0 to 14. The combination of physical disabilities and the critical early years of learning present a significant challenge that demands immediate attention. Today, we are excited to introduce enABLERS, a cutting-edge virtual reality solution designed to break down these barriers and empower individuals to access education without limits. I will pass down the presentation to my colleague Srijanani, who will take the presentation forward.
So with the aim of education for all, we propose a virtual reality-based educational platform which has the potential to transform the learning experience for physically disabled individuals. It can be extremely challenging for a person with locomotive disability to attend a regular classroom as other people. The person also faces social stigma and mental pressure. So how exactly virtual reality resolves this? With just the VR headset and an app, the person can explore spaces virtually from the comfort of their home. The educational content can also be tailored to the needs of the physically disabled person. They can also adjust the learning speed and style to their preference. Not only this, the VR can also provide real-world simulations. For example, if a person wants to understand a chemical reaction, they can undertake virtual lab experiment with their peers. This will also aid in their motor skills development. Simulations provide them hands-on experience, helps them practice, develop their skills to need to do a particular job. And this has the potential to empower the individuals to be self-reliant and enhance their self-confidence. VR's assistive technologies like voice commands, hand gestures makes learning more accessible. We can also have virtual support platforms where physically disabled people can connect, interact, and encourage peer learning. I would like to pass on the slides to Mr. Shashank, who will take over.
All right, thank you, Shri. Now, esteemed judges, let me shed more light on our future endeavors that will help us to make enABLERS more inclusive. Within the virtual environment, users can access study resources in multiple formats, whether it is 2D, 3D, or even a video. We further plan to integrate haptic suit that would allow the user to physically feel the sensation felt by the virtual avatar. Just imagine, a person who have always earned to attend a classroom can actually feel the sensation of physically interacting with their peers. They can do so from the comfort of their homes. Just strap on the VR headset and they can physically interact with their peers. Moving forward, we are also looking to integrate neurotech chips that will empower users to maneuver their virtual avatar with their brain signals. It will also help us to map their brain signals and deliver adaptive content. This, we believe, will make enABLERS more inclusive and helpful for our users. Moving on, let's hear from my teammate Shrutika on a business model.
Nope. Our main aim is to ensure economic viability and to create a wider impact through business to business and public-private partnership model. We will begin our journey with the B2B model. The product development will be based on extensive market research that will include preferences of physically disabled individuals. Through our learning and experiential learning and outcomes, we will cater to the needs of our unique target customers at educational institutes, healthcare facilities, rehab centers, and cooperatives. This product will require continuous training and support. We need to make this product adaptable and accessible to our target audience. We plan to keep a flexible pricing model. Those customers who want to use the existing content, they can choose subscription model, while those who want to develop their own can opt for licensing model. After laying down the basic foundation, we plan to transition into a PPP model. This step is very crucial to improve and broaden our target audience and to reduce the cost. We plan to secure funds through government grants and CSR funds. Product innovation is the core of our strategy. This product will again require a continuous research and development, which we aim to achieve by collaboration with premium research institutes like Indian Institute of Technology. The most vital part is the community outreach. We plan to work with local disability support organizations to promote the advantages of VR-based education system and to tell them how this can improve the quality of their life. Now, I will hand over this presentation to my colleague, Ablu.
Hello. So, the major sustainable development goals that we are addressing are goals 3, 4, 8, 10, and 17. Our innovation aims for a better mental and emotional well-being, ensures inclusive and equitable education for physically disabled. It empowers them with skills and knowledge to contribute towards economic growth, eliminating barriers of traditional education. Also, collaborating with the government and private stakeholders will help us to scale and remain sustainable. I would like to conclude our presentation with the belief that physical disability should never be a constraint to access quality education. This is our sincere effort in leveraging technology and making education accessible to the physically disabled. We thank you for your time.
Thank you, Team enABLERS, for your presentation. And this begins the 15-minute question and answers from the judges. So judges, please raise your hand using the Zoom feature if you have any questions. Yes, Pamela?
My question is, I know it's better to have something small than nothing, and giving these kids an opportunity to learn is definitely a big step. But I'm just more concerned about their loneliness or lack of interaction, building their confidence or character when they come together. So are you referring that they would learn at the comfort of their homes or wherever, or is there a way by which they would be able to come together to interact with each other and, you know, just make them feel that sense of belonging? Number one. Number two is also the neurotech chips. I'm quite a lay person here, and when I hear something like a chip going into someone's system, I always worry, but I don't know whether you've checked on the health hazards of that, but perhaps I'm being scared for nothing. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Regarding the okay. As we are planning to integrate haptics soon, so it will do a sense of physical touch as well in the virtual environment as well. Moving forward, we believe that we will be able to create a community where people will able to come together as well. So in collaboration with the local NGOs and local government support, we also plan to uphold meeting events or networking events for them as well. So first, when they are interacting virtually as well, maybe then they can meet in person as well. And as for the neuro tech chips, it has been already going on, and as for now, there has been no health hazard as well. We're also working on a model that will, they will wear a cap sort of thing, which will have a chips on the outside rather than on the inside. This will be less invasive and equally useful. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much, Shashank.
Thank you, Pamela, for your question. Dr. Madhu?
Yeah, thank you very much. I have a bit of confusion right now. I need to find out what special help this very particular project is going to give to, and then what makes it special for them to use. Because I mean, people who have disabilities with their legs, their hands, and the rest of them, they fall into the category, but they can learn. A lot of them do. So I want to understand, is this for people with particular disability, or is it looking at the general disability, general people who are disabled in different way? And I want to understand that.
So currently our model is primarily focused on physical disability. People who are having locomotive disabilities. So if we see particularly in India, 45% of the differently abled people are still illiterate because of poverty, because of lower economic conditions. So this particular technology, when we are going for public-private partnership, will really empower them to have better education, because they are having physical disability. They are basically ignored in the country, and they are not given equitable access to education in the country. So I hope that answers. Shashank, if you would like to add something to this.
Yes, Shri. As Shri mentioned that this is, as Shri mentioned, this is only for the physically disabled for now. We are targeting physically disabled individuals. And as for the neurochips, you must remember the example of great Stephen Hawking. He had this condition from which he has only single finger for which he was able to type out the answers and everything. So with the neurochips, even those persons who do not have a motor function in the limbs or hands, they can still use our solution and still access quality education. So for now, we are only targeting physical disabilities, people who are suffering physical disability, and empower them to have quality education.
So
That's okay.
the basic benefit, if I may speak. Hello, sir. Am I audible? Okay. So the basic benefit of our project here is that we are able to give education, quality education, to the people who are not getting access to the schools and other institutions because of the infrastructure lack in the country. So what this project does is it bridges the gap between the available resources which they are not able to access, and they can access those education at their home in the comfort of their home.
Okay, poverty is part of the challenge that they have. And then also there are a whole lot of people also who, as a result of their poverty, are also not able to acquire education. Why are they not covered by this project?
So when we developed the solution, we mainly had a physical disability person in our mind, because we were trying to target a community that has been ignored, or do not have a substantial measure for in them. As for the other person who do not have you correctly measure their as a percentage of those people as well, But for them, the government has, various measures or various programs that they can easily attend. But what about these people who cannot even move from the or can have very difficulties in physically accessing? That's why we are mainly focused on these people first. That's the one reason for our innovation.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your question, Dr. Madhu. Aziza, your question?
Thank you, team enablers, for the presentation. Projects, of course, answers the inclusive education and respecting the principle of leaving no one behind. My question is about the accessibility. Like, what kind of infrastructure is required for users to access your VR solution, and how does it align with the existing technological landscape in India? I know that there are issues related to internet connectivity, electricity cuts, or availability in certain regions. So how does it consider these issues?
Okay, I will first target the internet issue in India. Right now, as for the India region, we have a superb connectivity in terms of two telecom providers, that's Jio and Airtel. Moving forward, Jio is also planning to launch a satellite network, which will be similar to Starlink. So even if you are in a remote location, you will be still able to access internet. That answers the part for the internet question. And as for the infrastructure, what we are proposing is that the user will only need a VR headset that will be connected to a console. We are not going way too hardware heavy, so that we are light on asset as well, and we don't face any significant logistic issue. Our solution will compose of a VR headset coupled with a headphones and microphone built in it. And moving forward, as we progress, we will roll out a haptic suit as well that the users can wear. So mainly our solution is asset light only, so that it is mobile as well, and people can easily travel with their, if they want, they can access from anywhere, anytime. I hope that answers the question.
Do we still have time?
Yes, we still have time for the Q&A session.
I think that okay, I understood your solution or your answer, but what sets your solution apart from what is the existing alternatives on internet?
I think when we're exploring the solution, we hardly find any solution that targets the physical disability community. I mean, we had a solution for people who can easily go to the school, who can even attend, who can even touch, work with their phones. But what about the physically disabled people? What are the solutions that are meant to target them and help them to elevate and get the quality education? As we can see, people who are physically disabled obviously face a lot of social discrimination as well. So does it mean that they are not entitled to education, or does it mean that they are meant to simply accept that they are disabled, they can't do anything? We have that. This is why that we propose enABLERS to them, that yes, it doesn't matter that you're physically disabled. We are there for you and ensure that you have the quality education, just like everyone else in the world have. That's what we're aiming for.
Hello, ma'am. Hi. The basic motivation for our project here was that while we were doing our projects, like we have during our course, we usually visit NGOs and hospitals, and one such NGO was working with these physically disabled children. And what a challenge we thought they were facing was that the students, although were being provided education there in the NGO, they could not have gotten that kind of level of education in their homes or anywhere else. So there saw that there was a gap between the presence of an infrastructure somewhere and their accessibility to those children. So we tried to come up with a solution which could bridge that gap here. So we definitely are focusing on this aspect as of now, but we are definitely will be going to accommodate more solutions to it, so that everyone with more kinds of disability, and to be more inclusive towards the people with disability, and to apply this solution to more arenas as well. Because if we focus too broad as of now, our chances of implementing the solution very efficiently will be going down as of yet.
Fatima, your question, please.
Sure. So the education plan and the process that you're going to follow, is this in line with any Ministry of Education program, or this is just more on an NGO side to give them some kind of, say, reading and writing, language skills? So what's the focus? What type of education you're focusing on? And yeah, and what's the purpose after the education? Thank you.
Okay, I will take this question. As for the curriculum, in India, we have the Education Ministry who rolls out the curriculum. Basically, we have a board known as CBSE that handles all the education. So what a content is, it's a standardized content that has been already been approved by Government of India. So we'll be following that as well. And since the B2B model, the educators who will be selling to, they will be following a standardized format as well. And that usually falls, we have different competitive exams and different boards here. So that is all standardized. That is regulated by UGC, that UGC and NCRTs regulate that. Those are the bodies that regulate educational content in our country. So we are aiming for standardization, that even though they're accessing VR solution, they still have the quality education just like every normal kid in our country. And as for the future, we believe that once they're empowered, once they have the quality education, they can bring in a difference. They can be a part of the become a workspace where the people are inclusive workplace and contribute there. That's what we're planning to do.
That's the second part of your project, is to carry on with post-education as well, guiding them into the job market?
As of now, we're only focusing on the education part only. We believe as the time progresses, more and more people will be inspired and take this initiative, and we will probably help them as well to progress into the job phase as well. That was the later part of project, which we'll work on after the successful completion of this initiative. We have been already collaborating with targeting NGOs around the world to understand. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, building on to that point, in India, we plan to do this a pilot study in one of the metro cities where infrastructure will not be a problem. We'll have a good internet connectivity. And there is an NGO by name Shire and Trust, which is located in Bangalore. Bangalore is the electronic IT hub of India, where there are many corporate setups, and it will be easier for us to cater the service, to experiment this service, where there will be a lot of diversity available, and the problem like internet connectivity or infrastructure will not be a problem, and we can do a pilot study, rule out any problems that are facing. But throughout this procedure, our main aim is to provide the basic right of education to the children. Once we get through this and we are happy with the progress, we would surely like to upskill and include many more aspects.
Thank you.
If there are no more questions at this time, I would like to say a big thank you to Team enABLERS for your wonderful presentation. And thank you, judges, for attending the final session of the Top 5 Social Logistics Challenge presentations. And Team enABLERS, you will receive an email from me soon regarding the winning team announcement. This will be on Monday, November 13th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And once again, thank you everybody
Thank you so much.
for joining us. It's been a wonderful couple of days of presentations, and I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of something like this.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All the
Thank you.
best.
So much.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great day.